Hey guys, it's Jessica of Life Under Quilts. This video is for my retired teachers in our UFT 301 hand-sewn sampler quilt. This is the first block of our sampler. It's a rail fence. You can find the pattern and instructions in Get Started Quilting. For our class, remember I modified things just slightly so we can do this all by hand. All right, so I have two of my blocks finished, and that's 6.5-inch squares made up of four logs, and I have to stitch these together, and then we're gonna sew those and put the whole thing together, ending in hopefully a 12.5-inch block unfinished. All right, so let's see, I'm gonna thread a needle. Let me pin some of these first. All right, so remember when you pin, you want to start, oh, it's huge now. Start in the seam, the sewing line in the corner there, and you want to make sure that you're matching both the corners. If you need to move it over, go ahead. All right, don't flip that all the way yet. Go to the opposite side. And again, go right in at the corner there. Ouch. And it should come right out at the corner. Perfect. And then I want two more in the middle. All right, so something like there on the line, not on the line. Okay, I could feel that that wasn't going in straight. And I went there. And the next one here. Yeah, I have on the line. All right, cool. So we're going to do a running stitch, edge to edge. So you're going to come all the way down on that sewing line. Start with the back stitch to secure, and a back stitch and a knot at the opposite end. All right, so let me do that once more. And if I knew how to speed up the video, that's what I would be doing right now, but I don't. If anybody wants to teach me digital video editing, that'd be great. I will happily teach you quilting in exchange. Okay, here on the sides, I actually wanted to straighten it out there a little, but again, I'm going to check for that. Put it in. All right, so I've got these two pairs done, and I'm going to use a contrasting thread so you can see my stitches. This is 100% cotton, Coats and Clark probably. I love variegated. There you go. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start there with the back stitch. Secure my knot and take a stitch over the same spot, coming up right under the needle. Get rid of that one. I mean the straight pin. Okay. And here we go. In and out. Look, my stitches are not even. It's okay. They're so tiny, it doesn't matter. Cool. When you can rest your arms on the table, and then it's a little bit easier to take a few extra stitches. Oh man, I love variegated thread. And you might want to check on the other side to make sure you're on the line. Oop, I am totally not on the line there, so that pin was actually holding this together. All right. I took a back stitch to kind of get things back on track. And yep, there I am, right on my stitching line. Yay. Alright guys, I drew on a 1/4 inch seam with a mechanical pencil and an acrylic ruler like this. Alright, it's nice to have a nice hard surface to be able to do it so you can get a crisp line going through with just enough pressure that you're not pulling and distorting the fabric. I typically pre-wash my fabric, and I don't use spray starch or anything before I start cutting out my patches. If you like to do that, if you know how to do that, if you want to, go ahead, but I tend to like get a little bit softer as I'm working. I'm going to go right to the edge of my sewing line there with the back stitch. Take out the pin, wrap it around there, make a knot to secure at the end. Snip there, and do it again. Alright, let me put a knot here to be ready there. And I did not unthread my needle. Aha. We start once more. Okay, you want to make sure that you smooth that out every once in a while. And I'm more or less on the line. We were talking about the needles to use, and I was using a longer needle. It wasn't an embroidery needle, but something much longer than this little thing, and it felt so awkward. But now that I switched back to my usual number 10 between, it feels so tiny. Okay. Ooh. All right, almost there. I rotary cut my patches so they do line up quite nicely, and I can trust that my 1/4 inch seam is going to be straight. If this is new for you and you're still taking bigger stitches, you can use a few more pins. You can go slower, you can take only 1 stitch at a time, whatever it is for you to get used to holding the needle and manipulating the fabric and not tangling your thread. It all takes practice, that's all it is. Alright. Alright. Don't lose my needle. Alright. I'm going to press these to the dark side. And here they're both dark, so that doesn't really help me. But at least if I go like that and like that, okay. And now I can see that my block is coming together. Alright guys, I'm just shy of 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop here. My next step, of course, is to stitch these together as we've been doing, and then to do the same over here. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, and I will see you next week in class. Alright, bye guys.